Hi, we're going to try this again. This time I got victim number 2, Steven, and again, he has no clue what's going on. Pick a box, Steven.
I'm going to go for the middle one.
Middle one, alright. You can just go behind it. What do you think of that?
I think it looks like a tidy piece of equipment, actually.
Do you currently keg?
I do, yes.
Yeah, you can see what's going on.
Yeah, I can see that it's got a pressure lid, a couple ball lock fittings, obviously to probably pressurize it. One's a gas and one's a liquid post, so I can see that you could both pressurize it with gas and serve from it. It looks like
pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
This one here is about 9.5 gallons total.
9.5 gallons?
Yeah. Some people find it to be an odd number.
After having a few blow-off issues, 9.5 gallons is a nice size actually for most of the batches that I do.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt anything on
No.
the heavier beers, just CO2.
Yeah, CO2 on top there, so not an issue whatsoever. Can I touch it?
Oh yeah.
I'm always kind of curious about stuff like this because I have heard about some of these new plastic conicals, but I wanted to touch it because I was curious about how thick the plastic is, because you think about more of like a pop bottle type thing.
Yeah,
when
that
you look
is
at it,
made
you
by-
can't see that thickness. So the thing that I do notice is it's a lot sturdier plastic than I thought that it was.
That's half a lie.
Is that a lie?
Because it's pressurized.
Ah.
So it's mimicking having volume in it. Without the pressure, it's going to be...
Is it still pretty bushy? Okay.
Yeah. But once you get it filled up, that's going to be equal. So it's...
Yeah.
We're kind of tricking you there, but...
Either way, if it's holding pressure, then the rigidity of it means it's holding it well. I mean, I'm curious about how this, how clean this setup is. It's
That's a stainless steel butterfly valve inside of it.
okay,
Yeah.
and I guess. Oh, and then this is a liquid post, so that's a serving tube that goes down.
Yep, that one will actually float on top of your volume, so
Oh, cool.
if you're lazy and you don't want to wait 3 weeks and you have stuff that hasn't fallen out,
Mm-hmm.
you can just serve off of it.
So the theory is that you could take this whole thing and put it right in your fridge and serve directly, hook it up directly to your tap system if
That's
you
what I
wanted
do.
to.
But right now I'm drinking still, so it's room temperature. Until that's gone.
Until that's gone.
Yeah.
And then the collection ball, I guess you could, since it's got a sanitary fitting on it, you could empty your trube in one shot.
You said heavier beers should be 2 or 3.
2 or 3 shots, and then hook it back up if you want to collect yeast.
Yeah.
Once it starts settling towards the end of fermentation, you want to get the good yeast and stuff like that.
Yeah, it comes off, and even if you want to carbonate under pressure or ferment under pressure, you can get it off without losing anything. So.
I mean, it looks like a nice setup, and the thing that I like about it is I've been brewing now with my brother and my wife, and I'm pretty good with the glass carboys because I know how easy it is to drop them and break them. They're not so good with them.
Scary.
And my brother's already like, yeah, I probably shouldn't get glass carboys because
No
I'm
case.
gonna. Yeah, and that's usually what we do. But this seems like the kind of like a great option for somebody who feels like they're a little bit more butterfingers, or if, you know, not everybody's got great spaces to ferment in that don't endure some type of traffic or something else being shoved in the closet. Ideally, you want a fermentation fridge or something like that, but not everybody's got it.
That's a step up.
That's a step up. So at least with this, it's less likely that someone's gonna, I mean, you might dump it over, but you're not gonna break it, is the big deal with it, so.
Pick another box.
Pardon?
Pick another box.
Pick another box? How about this one?
All right. We're going to go through all 3, don't we?
Okay.
All right.
Now this one I've actually seen. I think it's in one of the brewing magazines. They've been advertising this one, but
Yeah.
this is the Catalyst, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the Catalyst. It's from a U.S. company called Craft Brew.
So
Yep, poke around, move stuff. And this one's got a listed 6 volume. 6 gallons.
6 gallons? So, I mean, right off the top, obviously, because it's not pressurized, but obviously can't be pressurized either, but, you know, it looks like a pretty solid piece overall. I mean, personally for me, the only thing that I'd be worried about once again is like, I definitely have to fit a blow off, because at the 6 gallons, to me, that would be
It's kind of hard on head space.
kind of hard on head
You
space.
can put a blow off on that.
Yeah, put a blow off on it and stuff like that. You just have to, I mean, it's not a bad thing, you just have to work it different, but like I said, it looks like a pretty rigid piece.
This one's got a massive butterfly ball.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I do like about this one is that it fits standard mason jars, correct? So, I mean, mason jars are kind of what I use a lot of times in order to deal with yeast if I'm going to try to save yeast and stuff like that. So that's one feature that would be ideal for me, and instead of getting in this and having to transfer. And like I said,
well, that has a cap.
That has a cap.
And there's spares.
And there's spares you can buy for that one, so that's you know, another possibility too. But I mean, I'm a yeast person, and I like kind of messing around with things and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm doing mixed cultures and stuff like that, so I like to keep the yeast at the end of it, and being able to sanitarily do that without getting anything else involved in it, and know that I'm getting what I want out of it is a big deal for me. Like I said, pretty solid piece.
That one's very solid. So.
Yeah. I do like the fact that it is, like, in terms of the likelihood of someone knocking one of them over, this one seems more likely to end up on the floor. This one seems like a little bit more of a solid base, so I do like that. They're nice pieces. Like I said, as somebody who comes from glass carboys because I can't afford conicals or anything like that.
That's why we got you here, is from your perspective.
Looking at both of these are valid options. Certainly the serving feature of this is something that is neat. I haven't pondered whether I would actually serve off of it yet or not, because I have bothered to invest in kegs and stuff like that. So the only thing I would say that is good for it is, right now I do a very awkward pressurizing of a glass carboy in order to pump out a
That's scary.
very light, but in order to do an oxygen-free transfer. This one here would allow me to, even if I'm not serving from it, would allow me to do an oxygen-free transfer directly to a keg, even if I wasn't going to use it as a serving vessel.
Yeah, well, they all have attachments to get yourself down to a bar.
Yeah, so, but to do it under pressure is one thing with this one, but both of them are.
It won't be long before I hear about people who are running it through a filter as to pressurize, so I'll hear about that soon too.
Yeah, because you can pressurize it, it gives you a few more options in terms of how you're going to deal with it. But I mean, for most people who are just using a racking cane and trying to get it into some type of vessel afterwards, either way, both of them provide a much easier solution and much more elegant solution to doing that, for sure.
You ready?
I'm gonna go for the last one now, Bob.
Door number 3.
Door number 3.
Oh, look at this, you put a quote on it. All right, Aaron.
Yeah, and I've seen this one definitely around quite a bit. I mean, the only thing that I've ever wondered about this one is I didn't know about this plastic in terms of oxygen permeability if I can't get to something.
I don't know of any reported issues.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's something that I pondered when I saw it, because I know that different type of plastics, I read a bit about different types of oxygen permeability and stuff like that. And for me, because I don't usually have the time to do the things that I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it, that's the only thing that I wonder with that. I know this is the one that comes with is there some type of rack that you can mount on
Yeah, that is really awesome. You can see they actually molded in these on the sides. And the racks, as long as you find the studs, the racks are super, super solid. You just hang the sucker up and you're done with it.
I mean, once again, the whole thing is like really super solid. In terms of the fittings and stuff like that, I assume that these are fairly well built and stuff like that. The only thing I ever get concerned about with plastic is that whenever I check out something that is plastic, it's like the durability of like everyday usage if I'm turning things and stuff like that. So for me as a consumer, if I'm going to move away from my $30–40 carboys, then I need to know that.
You never heard of a yard sale?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, if I'm buying them,
I'm joking.
Yeah, but as far as these are concerned, the only thing I would be curious about all of them is if the handle breaks off one of them or something like that. The couple things that I would want to ask is that probably when looking at all these, whether the company has any warranty on any of them, and or if something happened to it, what's replaceable on each of them, like what can be sourced in terms of replacement pieces.
This one has, these two have service parts for everything. These guys have been around for years.
Yeah, that's why I recognize them for sure.
Yeah, and that's probably the most solid plastic.
Yeah, for sure.
We have service parts for all of these. This really doesn't have anything to get service parts, but yeah. I'm sure they exist. It's probably
I mean, the only thing I can see is maybe, the handle or something.
Well, you have to be He-Man to get that handle off. I don't think too many of them break.
So, I mean, they all look like pretty good options in terms of fermentation vessels. Like I said, I mean, being a consumer, I'd obviously be looking at price too when I come and look at your site or anybody else's place.
$139,
$139,
$129. Not with this attachment with the center lid.
Okay.
$269.
$269.
Take one home.
Which one would I take home?
That's your question. Which one do you want to take home? I'm giving you one.
You know what? When it's all said and done, even though this one has some great features, it's probably my least favorite on the list because it doesn't have some of the function. Like I said, I like the ability to drop yeast out of this one, but this one and the ability to pressurize and collect from it, and I know that this is the one that also has an attachment as well to put a sample port on it too, correct? Isn't there?
Yeah, you can put a sample port on this one as well.
This one too?
Yeah. Yeah. It may actually assist for that one, I'm not sure, but I don't know. That's a different plastic, they call it Triton plastic. Really don't know too much.
Have you dropped any of these down the stairs or anything like that?
No. They're totally new and functional.
No, I was just curious if you've had any experience with their...
They're all wash cold.
Pardon?
They're all wash cold.
Okay.
So keep that in
mind. I think I'd probably go with the Fermentasaurus because of the space and being able to have that extra head space, the ability to pressurize it if I wanted to. I think that this is kind of like
the cool feature.
A cool feature. And I'm a feature person, actually, is what I am. I like the standard, but really, if something's got some bells and whistles, I kind of go for the bells and whistles. So that would be the one that I would pick.
Perfect. We'll go get one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Patrick. Yep.